Oh. Yeah. Woo. Ooh, you're good at this.
All right, we're gonna get going in a minute or so. We need one more speaker down here. Where's Vincezo?
Making the rounds.
Oh, he's
Oh.
come in here.
All right.
He's in the meeting.
Yeah.
He's in the meeting.
All right.
All right, well, good morning, everyone. My name is Miranda Salas, and this is my co-host, Bruno, this morning. I'm with MegaPixx Media, YYC Calgary, and we are very excited to host you here for the Power Network Group. So thank you all for getting up early. Hope you got some coffee and some food in you. And today we're going to talk about all about culture. And so we're really excited to have a few really amazing guests join us. And if Bruno and I were just talking, like, it doesn't feel like it was 3 years ago was the last time we hosted this, about 2 weeks before the whole world shut down. So we're excited to be live and back at it and welcome you all here. Bruno.
Thanks, Miranda. Just wanted to say hi to everybody, and firstly, super apologize because we don't have a lot of time to network because we're on stage and stuff, but we'll catch up. And as Miranda said, it's been 3 years, crazy years, but you know, it was one of those things that we just did not want to go virtual, right? We talked about that several times, and we're so happy we didn't because this is really all worth it. And first of all, I'd like everybody to give each other a round of applause for being here, braving the conditions of 14 degrees in Calgary. I'm just joking. But yeah, we're here to celebrate the workplace culture revolution. We have amazing speakers. And just so that you guys know, some of you guys may know the Power Network Group. It's part of the YYC Calgary Business Network, where we get your business noticed. And you do that by being a guest, a host, sponsoring a show, or actually having us showcase your event in the Power Network Group. And you can see we're all mic'd up all over the place. It's high tech. It's crazy. Team Martin and Team Enta do a great job doing this. So if you forget what we say, or you know you were so intrigued with something we said, you can go back on YouTube Live on MegaPixx Media and check it all out. So thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah. And don't forget that you're here for a sold-out event today because of our very important sponsors. So we just want to take a moment to identify them, and if you want to stand up and high five so that later we can network with you. John Saliga from Vanguard Cleaning Systems.
We have Adam and Katelyn from Enta Solutions. By the way, none of this happens without their team. So big round of applause for their team, too. It's unbelievable. A lot of them are behind the scenes.
We have Greg Belanger with Top Dog Selling and Marketing, and I know he's here.
All right, we have our great lawyer, Lydia Litwin, and she's the most amazing lawyer I've had, to be honest with you. And she's with Litwin. Lydia Litwin Professional Group. And, where is he? You're going to have to stand up real tall. Marcel Murcia from Kaji Online. Kind of funny, Miranda, all the people were, you know, the sponsors, I literally drive crazy every day. So thank you very much.
And they still show up. That's
it. For more. Crazy. So, and you know what? Last but not least, we have Megan Fettis. So Megan is with Untamed Academy. Give her a hand because she's one of the co-creators of the show. Come on up.
And we can't forget about Bruno. Dream, reach, achieve. All right, Megan.
So we're going to have a few questions for Megan because she is with Untamed Academy. So welcome aboard.
Thank you.
The madness, the circus.
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Should we
hello.
sit?
Yeah.
All right. So welcome. And I think we're going to start off by just having you tell us a little bit about Untamed Academy.
Yeah. Untamed Academy is a platform that speakers come to elevate their influence. They get more visible, they get on more stages, and they actually get consistent results every single time that they speak.
So what makes an influential speaker?
There's three things. The first one is creating connection. Usually that's through story, and being able to bring people into that space of vulnerability and connection through the journey of your own story. The second piece is your content, but not just like broad content, you want to go really deep. And then the third is how you deliver. Because we all know that communication, there's multiple things that we take in when we're communicating with people. Words are only 7% of that. So we want to make sure that our body language, our tone is all in alignment with what it is that we're speaking so that the audience is leaning in even more.
It's pretty funny because Italians, it's 1%, you know? The rest is...
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, no, it's really good. I think if anybody out there, even watching us on YouTube Live, are even interested and even, you know, in the closet kind of thinking about, hey, I want to be a keynote speaker, we have another question for you, but how do they get in touch with you before we forget?
Yeah, the easiest way is through my email, actually, or my website, which is untamed-academy.com.
So you got, the speakers here today are all part of your academy?
Yes.
So maybe walk us through a couple of, I know Miranda's got one more question, but I'm more curious.
This guy.
No, but I mean.
You're at 10% words right now. Really.
No, but like how did, like I didn't even know when Vincezo was involved. So how did, like, what's the journey? How do they get involved with you other than calling you up and everything? What does that journey look like when they enroll?
Yeah, so I mean, it depends on the
You
person.
select them as a candidate. You have to select them first.
Yes, I absolutely do have to select them as a candidate. And then they have to be willing to be looking at the 3 different elements that I cover within my program, which is the structure of a talk, the delivery of a talk, and the marketing component. So we go through all 3 elements because each piece is absolutely essential to create success. You can't go on stage without the structure and expect consistent results, nor can you have a talk and not go on stage and think that you're going to be a speaker.
Cool.
Great. So you touched a little bit about storytelling and my background in marketing. I appreciate and understand how important that is. So how do you go about helping these speakers create their story in that journey?
Yeah, story is so important, not just within speaking, but within the marketing piece and really showcasing the business brand, right? And when we can tune into where is that business's audience right now, then we can begin to look back at what was the story that cultivated or created the journey of building your business or the corporation. And then we go into, I have a 5-step story structure. So we begin to go into each step, digging in a little bit deeper so that people can really understand the journey, not just the successes and the fun parts, but the deep, dark challenges that as human beings we all go through. Human beings that we connect to more is, wow, that person struggled, they moved through challenge, they also have the resilience and the capacity to move through that. And it's those things that when they can see that journey, that people are wanting to learn more. One of my favorite things is the more personal you make your story, the more universal it actually becomes.
Wow.
That's awesome. Well, we're not going to interfere with, oh, go ahead, somebody was clapping, let's go. Never get in the way of a good applause. But so Miranda and I are going to leave the stage and leave it to you, Megan, so that you can showcase 3 of your influential speakers. And I'm sure they're going to be great. I've had the opportunity to know a couple of them and to know Dr. Laura a little bit, so it's going to be great. So thank you very much, and
Yeah.
we'll leave
Well,
it up to you.
Sweet.
All right.
Sounds great. All right, let me grab the bio. All right, who's excited to hear all about culture? Woo! Yes. This is one of my favorite topics because when I first started studying and going to business school, this was one of the first things that we learned about was the importance of having a strong culture in business so that you could actually build the business in alignment, knowing how to make decisions, how to create policies, all of that. And it actually created a more simplistic process of building a business. So, our first speaker that we have today is Katelyn Bullock from Enta Solutions. She is a dynamic professional engineer turned corporate culture expert, author, and sought-after keynote speaker. She quickly rose through the ranks to become quality manager of a large construction company's Eastern Division within 5 years. In 2013, Katelyn then co-founded Entis Solutions, a corporate culture company. She's also co-founded Women In, a not-for-profit organization, and has published a children's book, which I'm so excited to read. It looks amazing. As local media host and co-owner of YYC Business, Katelyn is passionate about storytelling and creating engaging cultures as she is on a mission to eliminate hate. She's delivered inspiring talks to audiences such as the Project Management Institute, Financial Executives International Canada, eWomen Network, Power Network Group, and more. So please welcome Katelyn Bullock.
Thank you. Thanks, Inez. My natural state is to be extremely motivated and extremely strategic. Anybody do one of those like personality quizzes? What is it, DISC or Myers-Briggs? How many's done? Yeah? Okay, yeah, pretty much everybody. I am literally the 1% in the far corner. Extremely strategic, extremely motivated. In other words, I am the perfect recipe for a tyrannical leader. So much so that in my very first job, they nicknamed me the Bulldog. And this was coming from oil and gas construction guys, okay? I was the Bulldog. There I am. Okay. I would grab onto something and not let it go. So they want something done, they would give it to Katelyn and watch out. And I would steamroll whatever I needed to do to get it done. So this was reiterated to me. After 7 years, I decided to start my own consulting company, Tyrannical Leader Made, and set out on my journey. I started working for a major engineering firm that very politely waited 3 months before they told me, Katelyn, you need extensive EQ training. Okay. What they didn't know was at the same time my marriage was failing. I was only a year in. Practice what I was learning, I was able to save my marriage and learn so much more. I am happy to say that we are celebrating 10 years. Woo! That is no small feat these days. We're celebrating 10 years. We're going to Italy next week to celebrate. Because I was able to take this epiphany and apply it not only to my personal life, but to my career, I saw immeasurable success out of it. So, Peter Drucker once said, culture will eat strategy for breakfast. Well, sorry, Mr. Drucker, I disagree. Culture is a strategy. Culture is a strategy. It wasn't my natural state, and it doesn't have to be yours, but if you practice and apply, you can see results. So culture is a strategy, and I want to reiterate this because there are a lot of companies out there that use their people like a commodity to be used up, turnover and turnover in the pursuit of profits. And they're a profitable company. We would all agree that profitable is successful, yes? They don't do a strategy focus. However, companies with a strategy focus see 65% higher profitability comparatively. What was your profits last year? Get the number in your head. What's 65% more? Anybody want that? Yeah? I wouldn't mind 65% more. Culture requires investment in time, people, and resources. The return is huge. So, culture is a strategy, and I'm here to tell you to start now because it's a lot easier to grow it than it is to fix a toxic culture. In fact, a toxic culture will very much ruin your company. Sorry. 70% of your employees right now are disengaged. 70% of the employees in the North American workforce are disengaged. They're either actively looking for a new job or they're just doing the bare minimum. That's a whole lot of unlocked potential. 2 years ago, my sister-in-law was one of them. She was acquired by a company that did not have culture at focus. At about 2 years of being with this new acquired company, she was done. She didn't want to be there anymore. She left the company for a 40% pay cut for a company that had a better culture. This new generation coming through is looking for a different kind of balance. She left, and 2 months later, 20 other people walked out. Mass, en masse, walked out of that company. That company had to sell their projects to competitors. That was $1 huge. Do you have money to invest in culture?